It's the final countdown. Okay, I'm stopping there. I don't plan to get DMCA'd. Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss the strongest teams that you can possibly make for every single element. When the servers launch, you are not going to be able to just build every single operator, so it's important to have a plan ready and not waste resources building characters that you are not going to use ever. So with that out of the way, let's start it off with the most universal character in the entire game, Ardelia. She does everything. She heals, she buffs the physical and elemental damage of your entire team and has a very long duration, 30 seconds. And on top of it all, she's gonna be given for free from the login event, together with her signature, so there really is no reason to not just slap her on every single team. For the hit team, you are looking at 𝗖𝗿𝗵𝗵 as the premium DPS option. You can replace her with Ulfgar, though obviously he's just gonna be a vastly inferior downgrade. Besides 𝗖𝗵𝗵𝗵, you are looking at the other redhead, the Shiba girl 𝗖cie𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗵𝗵. She regenerates skill points, making 𝗖𝗵𝗵𝗵 easier to get the ultimate, and she also provides hit infliction, which 𝗖𝗵𝗵𝗵 can consume in order to increase her own damage. Overall, an insane combo. Redheads on top. And the last slot is taken by Antal. He kind of ruins the vibes, but he's essential. He debuffs the enemies, making them take more hit damage with his skill and his ultimate, and he also provides some amounts of healing to the entire team. At the same time, it is very cheap to build. Both the Shiba girl and Antal are 4 stars, so you are gonna have a very easy time getting them, and 𝗖𝗵𝗵𝗵 is gonna be the rated up character. For the Cryo team, you are looking at Yvonne. She's gonna be the premium Cryo DPS. She got reward compared to the beta, so we do not know yet the full extent of her changes. What we know is that instead of applying Cryo infliction, she now consumes it, the same way 𝗏𝗏𝗏 does. Before you could pair them together, this is no longer the case. And many people are worried that Yvonne just power creeps 𝗏𝗏𝗏 right off the bat. We are gonna have to see. Although at the moment that's kind of what it looks like. And the other slots are taken by 𝗖𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗵𝗁. She is mandatory. She is the Antal of this team. She buffs cryo damage and nature damage. And since you are gonna use Ardelia on this team, is very important, even more so than the lizard guy. And you are also gonna use 𝗖𝗍𝗆𝗆𝗆 here, since she's a nature sub DPS. Again, 𝗖𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆 buffs nature characters. And 𝗖𝗍𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆 also increases the elemental damage your team does for a very short duration during her ultimate. The only issue is you have 2 limited characters here. This team is for the rich, and you are not going to be able to get both Yvonne and 𝗖𝗍𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆 unless you well like crazy, at the very least not at the very start, because they are not on the rated up banner. So what you can do is, as I mentioned, you can replace Yvonne with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 if you got 𝗖𝗍𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗏, or you can replace 𝗖𝗍𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗏 with someone like 𝗖𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗖𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 generates cryo infliction, which can be consumed by both 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Yvonne to increase their own damage. For the physical team, you will need 𝗏. He regenerates skill points, and you are gonna be able to get him from the standard banner. His best partner is lifeng, however he is not a must-have. You can easily replace him with Shen Xiao. And the third slot is taken either by 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 or the administrator. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is gonna deal more damage, but the issue is he consumes vulnerability in order to deal that extra damage, and 𝗏 also wants to consume those stacks in order to regenerate skill points. So overall I prefer the administrator, because she buffs physical characters too, increasing their damage, and she also regenerates some skill points when she uses her skill. And since we have both cryo and physical teams, you can make a hybrid team. Estella together with 𝗏, with 𝗖𝗍𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗏𝗏 and administrator should make a pretty solid team. Of course, I expect this to be just weaker than the cryo and physical team in particular, but just know you can do it. You can make something like this. And for the electric team, you are gonna need 𝗖𝗎𝗎𝗏 as the electric DPS, and the other slots are gonna be taken by Arknight. You can replace Arknight with I even for how can 𝗏𝗆𝗆𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. How could I forget her name? Perlica, however, she's a side grade. Arknight not only regenerates some skill points when she uses her skill, but she also increases the electric damage of your entire team. And the last slot is gonna be taken by Antal. He not only debuffs the enemies, making them take more hit damage, but also they're gonna take more electric damage. So, yep, he's just that strong. Fluorite can replace Ivan and Lastrite on the Cryo team. And then you'll have a nature team with all the other characters. Obviously, she is gonna be a downgrade for both Ivan and for Lastrite. She's a downgrade for downgrades, but she's usable. The other three characters though, I see no reason to use them at all. 𝗖ญ่, he used to be very strong in the beta with Ivan. Unfortunately, Ivan got changed. 𝗖ญ่gimmick is that he consumes Cryo Infliction to regenerate skill points. And it was fine when Ivan was generating that Cryo Infliction. However, right now, Ivan is consuming it. So when the two Cryo DPSs are consuming Cryo Infliction, this guy really has no place on their team. And the other two characters, Catcher and Ember, they are shielders. They're gonna provide shields to your team to resist and take more damage, but what is the point? They do not provide any buffs, and you are gonna have Ardelia right off the bat with her healing, and she also increases the damage, so I don't see a reason to run them at all. At the end of the day, if you truly like a character, you should just go ahead and build them. This is just a guideline to help you at the very start of the game. What team do you plan to go for? Please let me know down below. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Good luck with your pulls, and see you on Talos 2.